Blessed. So I noticed something. The Kyrie Irving and the conversation is still going on. You know, it's like we should not be so distracted for so long by two individuals who are far above the average net worth of of black people in this country. You know what I'm saying? So since these two guys been the hot topic, right? How many black men have been killed by their own people or by the police? How many of them have lost their jobs? How many of them have been sent to court for either child support or have some type of domestic violence issue, you know, with maybe a woman who want to keep them from their children, you know. So they have elections, they have a lot of things going on. It's like the same old. But I feel like at this point, people are more concerned about seeing Kyrie Irving playing basketball. But in the meantime, we have to live our everyday lives and be in a much worse financially stable position. Isn't that a mistake? Is your life is? It's because the truth never change. The truth never changes. Right? We know the answer. I have heard many leaders say the same thing. We need to spend more constructively and efficiently. So the 2021 consensus says that the black consumer spending power was $1.6 trillion. It's like the same people that want us to bow down and be morally correct and not support or promote or say anything about how they conduct business, they can basically check it off. We are going to get at least $1 trillion from these people. These consumers, these people who in our secret rooms, when we sipping our champagne and snorting our cocaine, these same people that we think little of, who we can tell if they're right or wrong in saying what they say and doing what they do. We are going to still make $1 trillion off of their backs. They can check it off at the beginning of the year. So one period you hear people saying spend black, buy black, and it's like a little fad, a little phase, a little trend for a little while. And then we get distracted by celebrities. Yeah, we're grateful for their success, so on and so forth. They're great at what they do. But they're in a whole different financial bracket than what we're in, the everyday man. Who feels it knows it, yes. But I think we've seen enough to know that these guys know what they're doing, are emotionally stable enough to take care of themselves. They have enough people around them. We will never meet these people, the vast majority of us, but they are financially set. And that is not to say that guys like that don't do a lot for the community, because they do. But we always have to not be distracted and deal with the bigger picture. Consumers, you know, people are not going to buy, people are not going to boycott, I should say, Nike. You know, over the years, it's funny. Michael Jordan bailed out Nike. Nike was going bankrupt, was going broke. And they said that Kanye bailed out, and they said Run DMC bailed out Adidas. You see, we always bail these companies out because they need our talent and our driving force, our financial backing. So in 2021, while we are spending, all them time the pandemic still raging, we are spending 1.6 trillion, but still as a group of people lost 14% of our overall net worth. You see how it work out? We always get opportunities to organize and centralize. We get the trigger, We get the Trayvon Martins, we get the George Floyds, we got the Kanye situation, we get the rappers being killed. We get the trigger to organize and centralize, but we never do anything with it except become a little emotional. That is the mistake. Time and time and time and time again, until the next event. We know what they did to Prince, we know what they did to Michael Jackson, we know what they do to a lot of our people. A lot of our people. And I'm just talking from the entertainers aspect, the entertainment aspect. What about the guys who live every day being leaders of the struggle for nation building? How they take them out. So we get the triggers. Just saw a post on Facebook saying that we want to date and marry people who are financially stable but are not mentally and emotionally stable. I know, I've said that before. That is a mistake, right? If we spend so much recklessly, it's almost like they give us something for us to simply give them back, to kind of appease or satisfy us being able to spend. How hard is it to save? Saving is a bigger sacrifice, and I would imagine it goes much further in the long run. Even if it's to save to get a car or two. People don't really save to get cars. They're gonna get a loan. And sometimes we already know. You see, the economic system again. You have to have a certain credit history. If you don't, you have to pay a high interest rate and so on and so forth. And sometimes go further into debt. Because it's killing us. It has always killed us. That is the mistake. It's like we focus on the hot topic and not on the bigger picture. It's like every time something happens, people act like if it's something new. Y'all stop lying. We used to it. It has become culture. It's almost like we depend on it to make us feel alive, make us feel like we're fighting back. That's the games they play with my people all over the world. Every smile is not a laugh, and every laugh is not a smile. They control the central banks. They control the World Bank. I should say the central bank. They control these things. They know how much money they're putting out there. They know the rate of inflation. They control the rate of inflation. They tell you what is worth what. And if we dare show them that we appreciate something, or we think it is worth something dear to us, they capitalize on that. Or what games they play with our people. So who is it going to be next? I saw a video today talking about Nike killing kangaroos in Australia by the hundreds of thousands to make shoes and to make soccer clothing. You believe that? Sometimes I hear these things and wonder if they're real. You know, these chief executive officers and CEOs and whatever they are, they will make these statements and speak about morality. And we never see what goes on in their little private parties. Or when they're on their yachts. Or when they have their little Bilderberg private meetings. We don't know what happens in those spaces. But in the public eye, they will come out and tell you that you should be moral. We go to these courthouses and these courtrooms and the judge sits in front of you and tell you that you should be morally correct and upstanding, or we're going to spank you. These men of flesh and blood. So it's control all the way around. So yeah, man, Kyrie and Ye have enough money to take care of themselves. And if they make right decisions, we're grateful for that representation. But I would hope that their family and friends that's closest to them can really help them. Because at this point, money can't really help them. Because they don't need it. They have enough. They have generational wealth. Look at Kanye. Kanye was talking about how he was a billionaire the other day. You see how guys are sometimes deceptive? He's not explaining that he had a billion or billions in assets. You see how fragile his billion is? Why is the black man so egotistical? Why we should always be out there? They have other men out there who have billions of dollars and they appear more reserved, right? They just make moves, they just do action. But we always talk a lot. You know? The needle in the red zone, talking heads. You know? Mystic. But how have we fortified for the next event concerning maybe an iconic figure from our ethnicity? How have we prepared for that next trigger? You know, I know saying reparations sound real good. I know it's easy to say that black people over there or wherever envy black people here in the West or in the Americas. But when you have no financial discipline, I mean, I know a lot of us are forced into it because we just make enough, you know. And sometimes the people who are the head of these organizations talking about reparation, they are in a different financial bracket than the masses of the people. So they can say whatever the hell they want easily and act like they care. But for a great many of them, I think that they just want to rub shoulders with certain people to deal with their own personal affairs, where business is concerned. Because they're not feeling what the everyday man feels. A lot of them. And I'm not going to I can't say anything about a man who have worked from the bottom to where he is at. But because you are at a place don't mean that now that you're in a much better place, you can act like you understand what's happening now. Because our situation never stays the same, Our situation always gets worse. Just like right now, crackheads are not a thing of the past. Crackheads are not a thing of the 80s and the 90s. Crackheads are alive and well, right here, right now. It's not like we overcome these things and they're left in the past. They're maintained and sustained today with the addition of the new shit that's piled on top. That is what we go through. When you hear they sing the song, "We shall overcome," we don't overcome. It's still on top of our head. So how do we get this financial discipline to even handle reparations or something like that when the system is set up for us to spend? So now, you see, these celebrities, so on and so forth, when they go through whatever they go through, yes, they do things, but then they would give to organizations. But what about the things that they start from scratch and put the time and effort and work in, the footwork in themselves? It's easy for them to give money because they have the ability or the means of making a certain type of money. But when do you see them on the ground building something from ground up and they're there working alongside, not just throwing the money at that thing? You see, we all have to behave ourselves. With or without the money, we're still black. Because there's no plan